Now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are currently finished with the Skywalker saga and the Rise of Skywalker is a thing of the past, they are focused on their new Star Wars universe, also known as the new expanded universe of Star Wars. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, one thing about Episode 9 is that yes, this was a film by director J.J. Abrams and co-writer Chris Terrio in order to implement new Star Wars lore such as the world of Exegol, the Sith Eternal, Palpatine's resurrection, and a lot more on top of all of that related to the legacy and the legends of the Jedi. Now, more of that is explained in the visual dictionary and will be further explained in the upcoming art book and, of course, the Rise of Skywalker novelization. Now, beyond that, we do know that the new expanded universe is going to consist of movies, TV shows, books, novels, video games, comics, and so on and so forth. That's really going to expand the franchise, and it's really going to evolve it for the Star Wars fans around the world. So moving past Episode 9, a lot of fans have been very much on edge with exactly how Disney and Lucasfilm are going to handle the Star Wars franchise moving on forward. I myself will say I am very worried to see exactly how Disney's going to handle everything and whether or not this EU will be just as good as the old expanded universe from the 90s and the early 2000s, which, by the way, there were parts of the old EU that were a little out there, but there were parts of it that were just outstanding. So, with that being said, both Disney and Lucasfilm are said to be primarily focused on their new Star Wars trilogy and their live-action TV series to come in the near future. However, one of the major plans by Disney and Lucasfilm is to actually expand off of the Rise of Skywalker, where it's noted that both Disney and Lucasfilm are looking to developing a brand new Skywalker that takes place after the events of Episode 9 in their new The Rise of Skywalker sequel series that is all set to tell new tales of Rey Skywalker and more. However, they are also looking into Rey Skywalker creating a new family tree of Skywalkers in the new Rise of Skywalker sequel series, such as her children and more, that this sequel series will also bring a return of Ben Solo and will explain his true fate after Episode 9. The sequel series is said to be in animated form and will have realistic graphics that are going to be far different in design than how Star Wars Rebels or Star Wars The Clone Wars was designed. This sequel series is said to be primarily made to tell the new stories of Rey Skywalker and another Skywalker, such as Rey's New Jedi Order as well, and the Force Ghosts of Luke and Leia, as well as the return of Ben Solo in some way, shape, or form. Kathleen Kennedy is said to have no creative control over this project, since she will have no creative control over projects to be released after 2021, and that this project will have both Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau involved in some way for the creative decisions that will be made for the new project that is currently in early development. Now, the secret Skywalker that Lucasfilm is currently developing is said to be their way of rebooting the Skywalker bloodline and family for the future of the Star Wars franchise, and that this is their reboot in a sense of bringing in a new Skywalker family. Disney is said to want to not only reboot the Skywalker family, but to also include other Skywalkers during the saga and before the saga, such as the first Skywalker in existence and more. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and why this might be quite worrisome for a lot of fans out there. Now, obviously, I myself included here, a lot of fans out there as well, disagreed with how they handled the very ending of Episode 9 of how Rey just calls herself Rey Skywalker, right? That was one thing that I really did not agree with, and that's perfectly fine if you guys do like that idea, but I myself did not like that idea by JJ and Chris Terrio. So, how they're rebooting the Skywalker family and how they're going to reset the Skywalker tree, right, the Skywalker family tree, it really does speak volumes. It tells us that they are really trying to kind of emulate what the old EU did. And what the old expanded universe did was that we got the son of Luke called Ben Skywalker. We got the descendants of Luke known as Cade Skywalker and more. You know, we have Mara Jade Skywalker, which was Luke's wife. All these different aspects, right? The Solo family. We had Jaina, Jason, and Anakin Solo. So, the fact that they're trying to emulate that by creating a new family tree that's going to have the Skywalker name attached to it, It seems like that they are really trying very hard to just emulate the old EU. I'm just not quite sure if it's going to be as satisfying as the old one, because let's face it, this is Rey at the end of the day. This is not Luke or Ben Solo in a sense. This is actually Rey, who is not really connected to the Skywalker bloodline. So essentially what they're doing here is they're just taking the name Skywalker and creating a new bloodline, in a sense, in order to continue the legacy, right? So when we look at Disney and Lucasfilm, this is obviously their way of trying to keep the Skywalker name pretty much, I guess, in existence with their new Star Wars universe in order to have fans buy the books, the novels, the comics, and more. It's not just that, though. They're also looking to expand the Skywalker lineage in between the Skywalker saga films, such as bringing back Luke's son and the tragedy of Luke's family. That's one project that they're looking into, and the first Skywalker in existence. So that's going to be another aspect of things here. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.